Alright, what I'm going to do today is make a nesting box. I need a box for one of my does. Need to put it in a couple of days, so I'm going to make it now. Basically, I've got some 1x3s that I was using for something else. I'm going to make a nesting box. It's about 16 inches by 10 inches. I'm going to cut the wood right now, and then I'll show you how to put the wood together and how many pieces you need and whatnot. Alright, this is going to be the basic box of it, and what I'm going to do is put this together before I get the top on, because there's going to be sides that still go up, then a little roof over it. But I'm going to put wire on the bottom of it, so this is going to be easier to work with, to put the wire mesh on the bottom. This is a 16-inch 1x3, and you know, two of them on top of each other, of course, are going to be 5 inches tall, and that's really what you need, so they're not going to be hopping out and whatnot. And this piece is just 10 inches, so 16 by 10 should be fine, I think. But I'll assemble this and then show you how to put the wire on the bottom. Alright, I've got some scraps of wire. The scraps of wire I have are the 1-inch by 1/2-inch holes. And the widest one I have, it just barely doesn't cover it. So if you have scrap wire, if you're using it for this, what I'm going to do is overlap this. But you don't want to overlap the side with the really pointy, the things that could cut the rabbits. So the edge with the smooth edge from the factory, I'm going to put it in about the middle. I'm going to take my other piece of scrap, put it in about the middle, overlap it just a little bit so that there's no chance of the little rabbits cutting themselves or anything. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Alright, so the wire went on there fine. So we'll turn this over and we'll build it from the bottom up now. One thing I did not mention is I'm gonna, to connect the pieces of wood that go up, I'm going to throw a little dowel in them. Very, very simple to do, and it's very sturdy, so I'm going to show you how to do that too. Okay, what I've done is I've put lines. This is 3 inches in, 3 inches in on the long side, and then 2 inches in on the long side. Just take and draw a line across. I'm going to drill holes in this, then I'll show you how to connect dowels. Alright, I got the dowels fitted in there, so I'm just going to throw some wood glue on there and then attach the two pieces. Okay, there's no glue leaking out. I just daubed some on there. If you have glue leaking, you don't want your rabbits eating that, so wipe all that off. But that's basically how these things are going to sit on there. You can use this to do your dowels, and I make them just a little bigger. I mean, we're not making cabinets here. This is for rabbits. So that's going to be perfect, actually. Next thing we're going to do is build the top up a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is put about a 45-degree cut on a piece of wood on another 1x3, and then we're going to measure from here, and we're, say about 12 inches. We're going to go a foot from the long end of the cut all the way up to 12 inches. Okay, so now we have our piece with a 45-degree angle cut on it, and the long side of it is 12 inches long. So this is very important. The short side here now needs to be the long side of the next piece. So we're going to measure the short side, and we're going to cut up another 45-degree angle. I'll show you what we're doing here. Okay, so what we've done, the bottom one, the long part is 12 inches, the top one is 9.5 inches. So we're going to just basically be making the corners, or the edges that go up, and we're going to put a roof on the top right here. So I'm going to cut the other two, and we'll get back to it. Alright, this is how this is going to look. We're going to do the same thing with the dowels, and we're just going to install that right there, and then the next one will sit right on top of this one. So I will come back when I have this one put on and the next one put on. Alright, so that's the box. What we're going to do, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put a little roof on there for her. Maybe about 3 of these all the way across. But the dowels are holding. Seems pretty sturdy. The reason it rocks is because of the wire on the bottom. Okay, so this is the finished box. The measurements again are 16 by 10 with a little wire bottom in there. I think it came out alright. Sure the rabbits will enjoy it. I'm thinking about taking this one off. I don't know, I'll have to see how she does with it. It'd probably be a lot easier. I had scrap 1x3s. This may be a little easier to do with plywood, but didn't really matter, I guess.